The rain hammered down like God's own judgment, turning the backyard into a mud-slicked battlefield where Gregory's dreams drowned one by one. He slipped in the slick grass, his knee hitting the earth with a thud that echoed the crack in his chest, as the fairy lights he'd strung flickered mockingly in the storm. "Mom, please," he whispered into the phone, voice breaking like cheap glass, but all he heard was the dial tone, her final, silent rejection. Gregory Harlan wiped the mud from his jeans with trembling hands, staring at the phone screen that had gone dark. It was supposed to be her birthday tomorrow, 60 years of Evelyn Harlan, the woman who'd baked apple pies for every church bake sale in Willow Creek, Ohio, and volunteered at the local shelter like it was her calling. And Gregory, her only son, had poured his soul into making it perfect. 3 months of late nights after his shift at the auto shop, sketching centerpieces on napkins, calling in favors from half the town for catering. He'd even convinced Raymond to help with the playlist. Old Motown hits mixed with her secret guilty pleasure, those sappy Taylor Swift ballads she'd deny loving to her grave. But that was before the whispers turned to shouts. Before Evelyn found the photo on his phone. Him and Raymond, arms wrapped around each other on the pier at Lake Erie, sunset painting their smiles gold. "What is this filth?" she'd spat, her Bible thumping on the kitchen table like a gavel. Gregory had frozen, heart slamming against his ribs. As the woman who'd once kissed his scraped knees swore, she'd burn every memory of him if he didn't fix himself. "Therapy," she said. "Prayer circles." Anything but this abomination under her roof. Now, crouched in the downpour, Gregory felt the weight of it all. The rejection not just from her, but from the family she'd rallied. Uncle Ted had called him a disgrace. Aunt Lila sent a text. "Pray for your soul, boy." And the party? He'd planned it all, down to the vintage cake topper from that flea market in Cleveland. But Evelyn's voicemail, left just minutes ago, sealed it. "Don't come tomorrow. I can't have you here, spreading your choices. The family's coming. We need peace. Peace." The word tasted like ash. Gregory shoved the phone into his pocket and staggered to his feet, the tent sagging under the rain's assault. He thought of Raymond, waiting inside their cramped apartment 2 blocks away, probably nursing a beer and scrolling through Raymond's guitar tabs on his phone. They'd met 6 months back at a dive bar on the edge of town. Gregory nursing a whiskey after another fight with Evelyn, Raymond strumming covers of Springsteen under the neon glow. One shared glance, one hesitant "mind if I sit?" and the world tilted. Raymond was everything Gregory wasn't. Steady as the Ohio River, with calloused fingers from years gigging in smoky bars and a laugh that could thaw a Midwest winter. He was from Detroit originally, transplanted here for a teaching gig at the community college. English Lit. Of all things, quoting Whitman like it was gospel. "I celebrate myself and sing myself," he'd murmur into Gregory's ear on lazy Sundays, tracing lazy circles on his back. But Raymond had his shadows too. A messy divorce from a high school sweetheart who'd called him confused when he came out, leaving him with a beat-up Ford pickup and a distrust of forever. Gregory trudged home, the streetlights blurring through the rain. The apartment building loomed like a tired sentinel, its brick facade cracked from too many harsh winters. He climbed the stairs, key fumbling in the lock, and pushed inside. The smell hit him first. Raymond's spaghetti sauce simmering on the stove, garlic and basil weaving through the air like a hug. Raymond turned from the counter, his broad shoulders filling out that faded flannel shirt, Dark curls tousled from running his hands through them. "Hey, babe," Raymond said, his voice warm as fresh coffee. But then he saw Gregory's face, pale, streaked with rain and something darker. "Jesus, what happened? You look like you got hit by a truck." Gregory collapsed onto the sagging couch, burying his face in his hands. The words tumbled out in a rush. The call, the ban, the way Evelyn's voice had cracked not with sorrow, but disgust. Raymond knelt in front of him, strong hands gripping Gregory's knees. "She can't do this. It's your home too." "Not anymore." Gregory's laugh was bitter, hollow. "I planned the damn party. Right. The invites, the food, hell. I even got her that locket with the family photo. The one before Dad died. And now, I'm the punchline." Raymond pulled him into a fierce embrace, the kind that said, "I'm here, and that's enough." They stayed like that until the sauce bubbled over, scorching the pan. Dinner was quiet, punctuated by Raymond's gentle stories, tales of his grandma in Motown, who'd slipped him quarters for drag shows in the 80s, whispering, "Love who lights your fire, baby." It eased the knot in Gregory's chest, just a little. That night, tangled in sheets that smelled of them both, Gregory traced the scar on Raymond's collarbone, a remnant from a bar fight after his ex outed him to the whole VFW hall. "What if she tells everyone?" Gregory murmured, fear coiling like smoke. "The town already side-eyes me at the shop. What if this breaks us?" Raymond's eyes, deep brown and unflinching, met his. "Then we rebuild. Together. You're not alone in this, Greg. Not while I'm breathing." Morning broke gray and unforgiving, the kind of Ohio November that seeped into your bones. Gregory called in sick to the shop. Old man Hargrove grumbled but didn't push, and spent the day in a haze, boxing up the party supplies in the garage. Streamers in trash bags, balloons deflated like his hopes. Raymond had a class, but he texted nonstop, "Thinking of you. Pick up milk? Love you. Love." The words still felt fragile, like a first snowfall. They'd said it 3 weeks ago, over greasy diner fries after a midnight drive to the lake. Gregory had blurted it first, terrified, and Raymond had grinned, slow and sure. "Took you long enough to catch up." By afternoon, Gregory couldn't sit still. He drove to the party store on Main Street, the one with the faded Willow Creek Celebrations sign, to return the extras. The bell jingled like a bad omen, and there was Lila, his aunt, all peroxide curls and floral blouse, browsing invitations. She froze, then plastered on a smile that didn't reach her eyes. "Gregory, honey," her voice dripped saccharine. "Heard about, well, you know, your mama's heartbroken. Heartbroken. Right?" He forced a nod, stacking the boxes on the counter. "Just returning this stuff. Party's off, I guess." Lila leaned in, stage whispering, "Oh, it's not off. Evelyn's got it handled. Family only, you understand. For the best." She patted his arm, but her eyes flicked away. "Guilty. Family only." The words landed like a slap. He paid the clerk in silence, the cash registers ding mocking him, and fled to his truck. Rain pattered on the windshield as he sat there, fists clenched on the wheel. That's when his phone buzzed, a text from an unknown number. "Heard the news. Sorry, man. Your mom's telling everyone you're indisposed. Lila's already gossiping at the salon." indisposed, like he was a flu bug. Gregory's vision blurred, hot tears mixing with the cold outside. He drove straight to the college, parking crooked in the faculty lot. Raymond's classroom door was ajar. Inside, 20 kids scribbled notes as he paced, quoting Ginsberg, "I saw the best minds of my generation destroyed by madness." After class, Raymond emerged, slinging his messenger bag over one shoulder. "Greg, what's wrong?" "Everything." Gregory's voice cracked. They ended up in Raymond's office, a closet-sized space crammed with dog-eared paperbacks and a wilting ficus. Gregory spilled it all. Lila, the text, the way the town was already carving him out like a tumor. Raymond listened, then pulled him close, their foreheads touching. "Fuck them. We're throwing our own party. Screw her birthday. Let's make it about us." The idea sparked something fierce in Gregory's gut. Defiance, maybe, or just the need to reclaim what was his. That night, they plotted over pizza and beer, invites to the misfits, the outcasts, the drag queen from the bar who moonlighted as a nurse, the trans kid from Raymond's lit class who'd aced his Kerouac paper, the old Vietnam vet down the street who flew a rainbow flag year-round. By week's end, the backyard was transformed. Not Evelyn's pristine lawn, but their muddy patch of rebellion. Fairy lights strung defiantly, a bonfire pit dug with shovels borrowed from the shop. Gregory felt alive for the first time in days, hammering stakes with Raymond's laughter in his ear. But doubt gnawed. What if she found out? What if the town turned on Raymond too? As they collapsed into bed, sweat slick and spent, Gregory whispered, "I don't deserve you." Raymond's hand stilled on his hip. "Deserve's got nothing to do with it. This is us, Greg. Real as the dirt under our nails." The party eve brought a fragile peace. Gregory dreamed of his dad, strong hands fixing carburetors, a quiet pride in his eyes before the cancer took him. "Be true, son," he'd said on his last good day. True. Gregory woke with resolve, kissing Raymond goodbye as he headed to class. But truth has teeth. At noon, Evelyn called. Not to beg forgiveness, but to twist the knife. "I know what you're doing," she hissed. "That little gathering? Pathetic. And with him, the whole street's talking. Come home, Gregory. End this nonsense before you drag us all down." He hung up, heart pounding, and drove to the shop. Hargrove clapped him on the back. "Heard about your ma. Tough break, kid." But the side eyes from the other mechanics burned. By closing, Gregory was raw, questioning everything. Raymond found him there, leaning against the truck, staring at the oil-stained floor. "Let's get out," Raymond said. "Just for tonight. Lake Erie." "Remember." They drove in silence, windows down, the wind whipping their hair as Bruce Springsteen's Thunder Road blasted from the tape deck. The lake stretched black and endless under the moon, waves whispering secrets. They walked the pier, hands linked, the water lapping like a lullaby. "I love you," Gregory said again, fierce this time. "No matter what." Raymond turned, cupping his face. "And I you. We're unbreakable." They made love under the stars, urgent and tender, the world fading to just their breaths mingling. For those hours, betrayal felt distant, rejection a shadow. But shadows lengthen. The next morning, party day, Gregory's phone exploded with texts. "Your mom's crashing it. She's got the cops on speed dial. Run, man. Evelyn wasn't done. Not by a long shot. The bonfire crackled like gunfire, casting flickering shadows across the backyard as the first guests trickled in. Willow Creek's underbelly had shown up in force. Marla the drag queen, towering in a sequined gown that caught the flames like disco balls, her wig a cascade of platinum waves. TJ, the trans kid, all sharp eyeliner and sharper wit, nursing a soda and debating Foucault with Raymond, old Mr. Petrovich, his rainbow flag pinned to a flannel jacket, regaling stories of Stonewall riots he'd read about in the papers back in '69. Gregory manned the grill, flipping burgers with mechanical precision, the sizzle drowning out the roar in his head. Raymond bumped his hip against Gregory's, a stolen kiss pressed to his temple. Looking good, chef. This is magic. Magic. Yeah, right. Evelyn's threat hung like storm clouds, but Gregory shoved it down. This was his party now, their party. A middle finger to the hypocrisy wrapped in potlucks and prayers. He'd even baked the cake himself, chocolate layers stacked high with "Happy Birthday to Us," scrawled in lopsided frosting. Laughter bubbled up as Marla launched into a lip sync of Dancing Queen, her heels sinking into the mud, but her spirit unbowed. TJ joined in, voice cracking on the high notes, and soon the whole yard was swaying, a makeshift family forged in the firelight. Raymond pulled Gregory aside, into the garage where the air smelled of oil and old tools. See, this is what she can't touch. Gregory leaned into him, forehead to chest, inhaling the scent of smoke and sandalwood. I see it. Feels like a dream, though. Like it'll shatter. Not tonight. Raymond's fingers threaded through his hair, tilting his chin up for a kiss that started soft and deepened into something hungry. Grounding. They emerged to applause, Marla wolf whistling, and the night spun on. Stories swapped like currency. Petrovich's first Pride March in Cleveland, the one where cops hosed them down. TJ's coming out over Thanksgiving turkey, met with silence that echoed louder than screams. Gregory shared scraps of his own. Nights hiding crushes on the quarterback in high school gym, the relief of that first bar kiss with a stranger who vanished by dawn. By midnight, the fire had died to embers, and the crowd thinned. Hugs lingered, numbers exchanged, promises of coffee dates and jam sessions. You're family now, Marla said, air-kissing Gregory's cheeks. Don't let the bitches dim your sparkle. Alone at last, Gregory and Raymond collapsed on a blanket by the pit, stars pricking the sky like hesitant confessions. A bottle of cheap bourbon passed between them, warming the chill. Best party ever, Raymond murmured, his head on Gregory's lap. Damn right. Gregory's fingers carted through those curls, memorizing the texture. But peace fractured with headlights sweeping the yard, tires crunching gravel, a door slamming. Evelyn. She stormed from her Cadillac, pearls clutched like weapons, her Sunday best muddied at the hem. Behind her, Uncle Ted and Aunt Lila, faces twisted in righteous fury. Gregory Harlan, Evelyn's voice sliced the night. What in God's name is this? He stood, heart jackhammering. Raymond rose too, hand brushing Gregory's in silent solidarity. Mom, you weren't invited. Uninvited? This is my house. She gestured wildly, taking in the fairy lights, the empty beer cans, the smudge of rainbow paint on the fence from TJ's impromptu art project. A den of sin. In my backyard. Ted puffed up, red-faced. Boys gone full deviant. We told you. Lila hovered, wringing her hands. We just came to talk sense into him. Gregory's laugh was jagged. Talk? Like the calls? The texts? Or the way you all planned my exile behind my back? Evelyn's eyes narrowed, lips thinning to a line. We did what was necessary. For the family. You think I wanted this? My own son. Parading with that. Her gaze raked Raymond. Venomous. Raymond stiffened but said nothing, his grip tightening on Gregory's hand. Parading. Gregory stepped forward, voice rising. I planned your party, Mom. Every detail for you. And you banned me. Laughed about it at Bridge Club. I bet. Poor Greg. Lost his way. Silence. Thick as tar. Then Lila shifted. Guilty. Ev. Maybe we should. No. Evelyn's chin lifted. Defiant. He's chosen. This lifestyle. Over blood. The word lifestyle landed like a gut punch. Gregory reeled. Memories flashing. Her singing lullabies. Packing his lunches with notes saying my hero. Blood? You're the one spilling it. For what? Appearances? The church lady's nods. Ted growled. Watch your tone. Boy. Or what? Raymond finally spoke. Calm but edged like a blade. You'll pray me away? I've heard it all before. Evelyn whirled on him. You. Seducing my boy. Poisoning him against us. Mom! Gregory's shout echoed. He didn't poison anything. He saved me. From drowning in your lies. The air crackled, taut as a storm. Evelyn's face crumpled. Not with regret, but rage. Lies? The Bible doesn't lie. Gregory. Man shall not lie with man. You're twisted. And this circus proves it. He saw it then. In her eyes. Not love warped, but fear calcified into hate. The betrayal wasn't just the ban. It was her laughter, the texts from friends recounting her glee at the salon. Gregory's always been dramatic, she'd quipped, as if his heart was a punchline. Get out, Gregory said. Quiet now. All of you, Ted lunged, but Raymond stepped between, broad and unyielding. Easy. No one's fighting tonight. Evelyn laughed. A sharp, brittle sound that cut deeper than words. Fighting? This is your fight, Gregory. Alone. Because no one else will stand with a sinner. She turned on her heel. Family in tow. The Cadillac roaring to life. Taillights faded, leaving smoke and silence. Gregory sank to the blanket, knees buckling. Raymond wrapped around him, murmuring nonsense, it's okay. We're okay. But the sobs came anyway, wrenching and raw. She laughed. Right. Behind my back. She laughed. I know. Raymond rocked him gently. And it hurts like hell. But look around this yard. These stars. We built something real. She can't burn that. They stayed until dawn crept in, pink and tentative. Gregory's eyes burned, but resolve flickered. What now? Now, we live. Louder. The days blurred into a fragile normalcy. Work at the shop was hell. Whispers following him like exhaust fumes. Hargrove's pitying glances. But Raymond anchored him, morning coffee runs. Evenings with guitar and takeout. Bodies entwined like roots seeking soil. Yet the wound festered. A week later, Gregory found the locket in the mailbox, returned, unopened. with a note in Evelyn's elegant script, "Keep your trinkets. We're done." He drove to her house that night, uninvited. The porch light glowed like a false welcome. She answered in her robe, hair in rollers, surprise flickering before stealing. "Greg." I said, "I know." He held up the locket. "This was for you." Dad's photo inside. Before everything, her eyes darted away. "I can't." "Why?" His voice broke. "Because I'm gay? Or because it scares you? That I might be happy without your rules?" She clutched the doorframe. "It's not rules. It's right." The pastor said. "Screw the pastor." Anger surged. Hot. "He doesn't know us." "You do." Or did. Tears welled, but she blinked them back. "I loved you, Gregory." "But love doesn't mean enabling sin." "Enabling?" He laughed, pained. "You mean loving." "Fully." She slammed the door. Click of the lock, final as a coffin nail. Back home, Raymond waited with open arms. "How'd it go?" "Like shit." Gregory stripped off his jacket, collapsing beside him. "But I said my piece." Pride swelled in Raymond's chest. "That's my guy." Their kiss was salt-tanged, desperate, a reclaiming. Winter deepened, snow blanketing Willow Creek in hush. Christmas loomed, Evelyn's house aglow with lights that mocked from afar. Gregory and Raymond opted out. Dinner at Marla's, a queer potluck with eggnog spiked heavy and carols twisted into camp anthems. But betrayal's echo lingered. One sleety night, Raymond's phone buzzed during their movie marathon. "It's a Wonderful Life," ironic as hell. He glanced, then paled. "What?" Gregory sat up. "My ex. Lisa. She heard about us from your mom. Apparently. Wants to talk for old time's sake." Gregory's stomach dropped. "She's stirring shit?" Raymond tossed the phone aside. "Ignore it. She's toxic." But doubt seeded. Late that night, Gregory woke to Raymond pacing the kitchen, phone in hand. "Ray, just nothing." But the lie hung. The new year dawned with a bang, literally. Fireworks over the lake. Raymond's hand in his as they watched from the pier. Resolutions whispered, more courage. Deeper love. February brought Valentine's. A quiet affair. Raymond's poems scrawled on diner napkin. Gregory's mixtape of their songs. But mid-month, the hammer fell. Raymond came home late from class, eyes haunted. "Greg, we need to talk." The words every heart dreads. Gregory froze, fork midway to mouth. "About." Lisa called again. Showed up at the college. He sank into a chair, rubbing his temples. "Said your mom reached out. Told her I'm unstable, that I'm using you to, I don't know, rebel or something." Gregory's blood iced. "And you believe her?" "No, God, no." Raymond reached across the table. "But she planted seeds. Reminded me of the divorce, the custody bullshit with her new husband. Said if I don't back off, she'll drag my name through the courts." "Back off." Gregory yanked his hand away. "From me? From us?" Raymond's face crumpled. "I don't want to. But Greg. The job. The town. If she pushes, I could lose everything." The room spun. Betrayal. Again, not Evelyn's, but Raymond's waver. "So what? You fold? After all this?" I'm scared, okay? Raymond's voice rose, cracking. I love you, but love doesn't pay bills or keep the wolves away. Gregory stood, chair scraping. It kept me going. You said we were unbreakable. We are. But maybe. Space. Just till it blows over. Space. The word eviscerated. Gregory stormed out, into the snow, boots crunching toward the lake. Wind howled, mirroring the storm inside. Raymond's truck idled behind, headlights pleading, but he didn't turn. Dawn found him on the pier, numb. Phone buzzed. Raymond, I'm sorry. Come home. He didn't. The apartment felt like a tomb when Gregory finally dragged himself back. Knuckles raw from pounding frozen wood on the pier railing. Raymond was asleep on the couch, fully dressed, an empty whiskey bottle cradled like a lover. Gregory covered him with a blanket, throat tight, and slipped into bed alone. Sleep came in fits, dreams of Evelyn's laughter morphing into Raymond's silence. Morning brought awkward coffee, mugs steaming between them like a no-man's land. I panicked, Raymond said, eyes red-rimmed. Lisa's got claws. But I don't want space. I want you. Gregory nodded, wary. Then fight for it. No half measures. Full throttle. Raymond's grin was tentative, but real. They sealed it with a kiss that tasted of second chances. Spring thawed Willow Creek slow, like molasses. Crocuses poked through snow, and with them, tentative outreach. A card from Petrovich. Pride in June? Bring your man. Marla texted invites to her queer prom fundraiser. Even TJ sent a doodle, 2 stick figures under a rainbow, labeled heroes. Gregory's shifts at the shop eased. Hargrove cornered him one lunch, heard the family drama. My boy's gay too, Chicago now. You ever need a reference? Doors open, small mercies, stitching the frayed edges. But Evelyn's shadow loomed. Whispers at the grocery. Harlan boy still shacked up with that teacher. Gregory shopped with blinders on. Raymond's arm a shield. One balmy April evening, they drove to Cleveland for Pride Prep, a volunteer gig at the festival booth. The city buzzed electric. Rainbow flags snapping in the wind. Vendors hawking glitter bombs and pronoun pins. Raymond thrived, chatting up sponsors with his Whitman quotes. Gregory manned the info table, handing out condoms and crisis hotlines, feeling part of something vast. That night, in a cheap motel off the interstate, they celebrated slow dances to Prince on a boombox, bodies mapping each other like uncharted stars. This is it, Raymond breathed against Gregory's neck. Our map, back home. Momentum built. Gregory enrolled in night classes at the college auto tech certification. Raymond's doing. Level up, he'd say, winking. Dates multiplied. Picnics by the river, where Raymond read aloud from Giovanni's room, voice husky on Baldwin's ache. But cracks spiderwebbed. Lisa's calls persisted, voicemails dripping honeyed threats. Think of the kids, right? Or I'll make sure everyone knows you're a flight risk. Raymond deleted them, but Gregory saw the toll, sleepless nights, grading papers till dawn. May bloomed treacherous. Evelyn's birthday lingered like a bruise, 6 months now since the ban. Gregory dreamed of her often, a younger version, braiding his hair, singing, You Are My Sunshine. Waking, he'd reach for Raymond, anchoring. Then, the bomb. A knock at dusk. Lila, unannounced, clutching a Tupperware of what smelled like her famous lemon bars. "Greg, can we talk?" He let her in, wary. Raymond was at rehearsal, leaving the couch to them. Lila perched on the edge, twisting her rings. "Your mama's sick." The air sucked out. "What? Cancer?" "Like your daddy." Her voice wobbled. "Breast. Stage 3. Won't tell you herself. Too proud. Or too mad." "But I thought." Gregory's mind reeled. Images flashed. Evelyn at chemo, frail in a headscarf, her alone, regrets unspoken. "Why now? After everything?" Lila sighed. "She's scared. Always has been. The church, the town, it armored her. But losing you, it's eating her worse than the disease." He wanted to rage, to hurl the bars at the wall. Betrayal fresh, her laughter, the ban. Yet blood pulled, inexorable. "I'll think on it." She left with a hug he didn't return. Raymond found him staring at the wall, bars untouched. "Ev." "Yeah." Gregory's voice hollow. "Cancer." Raymond pulled him close. "Go to her. Not for forgiveness, for you." The drive to her house was a gauntlet. Every mile a memory. Bike rides down the street. Dad's truck in the drive. She answered pale, thinner, but eyes sharp. "Gregory." "Mom." Awkward silence. Then, "Lila told me." She nodded, sinking into a chair. The living room unchanged, knickknacks from Florida trips. Dad's photo on the mantel. "Won't take pity." Not pity. He sat opposite. Just talking. Words stumbled. Whether the shop. Raymond in passing. She stiffened at his name, but didn't bolt. "He treat you right?" "Yeah. He does." A pause. Heavy. Then, soft. "I was wrong. About some things. Some." The word stung, but it was a crack in the armor. Gregory left with a promise. Weekly visits. No grand reconciliation, but steps. Raymond celebrated with takeout Thai, toasting to bridges. But bridges burn easy. June Pride arrived sweltering. Willow Creek's contingent piling into Raymond's truck for the Cleveland March. Banners high. Chants loud. "We're here. We're queer. Get used to it." Gregory marched arm in arm with Raymond, heart swelling at the sea of color. Marla led a contingent, TJ waving a trans flag like a cape. For hours, it was euphoria, strangers' hugs, free beads clinking. Then, amid the floats, a face, Lisa. Arm-linked with a burly guy in khakis, her smile venom. She approached during a water break. Raymond's back turned. "Gregory, right? Ray's friend, partner." He straightened. She laughed. Low. "Cute. Tell him the papers are filed. Custody challenge. His lifestyle won't look good in court. Ice in his veins. Blackmail. Reality." She sauntered off, leaving poison. He didn't tell Raymond till the drive home, miles ticking like a fuse. She's bluffing. Maybe. Gregory's gut twisted. But if not, Raymond's jaw set. Then we lawyer up. Fight. July scorched, tempers fraying. Evelyn's chemo left her nauseous, but visits deepened. Stories of her youth, a wild girl in 70s Cleveland, flirting with boys and girls before the church reeled her in. I buried it, she admitted once. Voice ash. For your dad. For normal. Gregory squeezed her hand. Normal's overrated. Her laugh was weak, but genuine. Progress. But Lisa escalated. A letter arrived, formal, from her attorney, citing moral unfitness for visitation rights to her kids from the marriage. Raymond's stepkids, technically, though he'd bonded like blood. Your involvement with Mr. Harlan poses a risk, it read. Raymond crumpled it, face ashen. She's using you. To get to me. Gregory's world tilted. So leave me. Protect them. No. Raymond fierce. I choose us. The fight came anyway. Words like shrapnel. You're dragging me into your mess. Gregory yelled. Evelyn's frailty and Lisa's threats colliding. And you're my strength. Raymond shot back. Don't bail now. They made up in the sheets. Apologies gasped between kisses, but the seed of doubt flowered. August brought heat waves and heartbreak. Evelyn rallied enough for a picnic. Awkward, with Lila hovering, but she met Raymond's eyes without flinching. Take care of him, she murmured as Gregory fetched lemonade. Always, he promised. That night, elation. But dawn brought betrayal's cruelest cut. Raymond's phone, left charging, texts from Lisa. Miss you. Remember us? Ditch the drama. Come home. Then, damning saw the pics. He's cute, but temporary. For the kid's sake. Gregory's hands shook. Temporary. The word from Evelyn's mouth. Now Raymond's shadow. He confronted over breakfast. You talked to her? Raymond blanched. Just to shut her down. Swear. Show me. Gregory snatched the phone. The thread was innocuous, her pleading, him rebuffing. But one line gutted. Gregory's sweet. But he's your rebound. We both know. Raymond's reply, maybe. But I'm in. In. Not all in. Gregory fled to the shop. Grease under nails a distraction. Hargrove sent him home early. Go fix your heart, kid. Raymond waited on the porch. Eyes pleading. Believe me. Please. I want to. Gregory's voice raw. But trust's cracking. Ray. They clung that night. Love a lifeline. But fractures spread. September whispered fall. Leaves turning like pages. Evelyn's scans showed spread, lungs now. Time's short, the doc said. Gregory sat vigil, reading her old romance novels aloud. The irony not lost. Raymond joined sometimes, strumming guitar softly. Once, Evelyn whispered to him, "Thank you for loving him fierce." Climax brewed in October's chill. Lisa sued, full custody, painting Raymond as unstable, citing associations with Gregory. Court date loomed. The night before, Raymond broke. I have to drop it. The fight. For the kids. Drop us. You mean? Gregory's world shattered. It's not, Raymond choked. I love you. But this. It's destroying us. Betrayal. Double-edged. Evelyn's rejection birthing this. Lisa's venom wielding it. Gregory packed a bag. Eyes dry. Then go. Be the hero. Raymond's sob followed him out. Greg. Wait. The door clicked shut. The motel on Route 42 smelled of stale smoke and regret. This neon vacancy sign buzzing like a migraine. Gregory checked in under flickering fluorescence. The clerk's indifferent grunt the only welcome. Room 7. Lumpy bed. TV with rabbit ears, a Bible in the drawer he ignored. He collapsed face down, the bag spilling jeans and a half-empty flask. Sleep evaded, chased by replays, Raymond's face crumpling, Evelyn's frail hand in his, Lisa's smirk amid pride floats. Dawn crept gray, bringing coffee from a vending machine that spat brown sludge. Phone off. Too many voicemails piling. From Marla, call me. Honey. TJ, you okay? Even Lila, Ev's asking. He drove aimless, winding through cornfields gold with autumn, radio static spitting country ballads of lost love. Willow Creek blurred past, but he couldn't face it, the apartment with Raymond's guitar propped in the corner, the shop's oil sheen. Instead, he aimed north, toward Cleveland, the city's hum-a-bomb. Crashed on Marla's couch that night, her apartment a riot of sequins and salvia bundles. Spill, darling, she commanded, pouring wine like a therapist. Gregory did Evelyn's cancer, the party wreckage, Raymond's waiver under Lisa's siege. Marla listened, drag-free in sweats, her nurse scrubs peeking. Betrayal's a bitch, but it's not the end. Your mama's fighting demons, your man's scared shitless. Doesn't make it hurt less, but it makes it human, human. The word anchored. Next day's blurred. Shifts at a temp garage. Nights pounding pavement with Marla's running group. Queer folks mostly. Stories swapped like war wounds. One. A burly mechanic named Dex. Clapped his back. Been there. Ex outed me. Family ghosted. Built my crew from scratch. You're tougher than you know. Tough. Maybe. But nights, alone in Marla's spare room, Gregory scrolled old photos, him and Raymond at the lake. Grins wide. Evelyn's smile pre-rejection. Tears came quiet. A release. A week in, Lila called. Ev's bad. Greg. Hospital. Come home. Home. The word twisted. He drove through pouring rain, wipers slapping like accusations. Hospital lights glared sterile, beeps a dirge. Evelyn lay small in the bed, tubes snaking, but eyes lit at his entrance. Baby, her voice rasped. Missed you. He took her hand, bony now. Missed you too. Words poured. Regrets. Her youth's buried queer kiss at a roller rink. The fear that choked her. I laughed. At the party. To hide. Hurt you to save face. Forgive. Tears tracked. Working on it. She nodded. Weary. Raymond. Gone. The lie tasted bitter, but true enough. Her sigh pained. Find him. Love's rare. He stayed till morning, sleeping in the vinyl chair. Lila brought coffee. I soft. He's good for you, was. Gregory left at noon, resolve hardening. Back to Marla's. He powered on the phone. Raymond's texts flooded. Please. I fucked up. Fighting Lisa solo now. Voicemails. Voice wrecked. I dropped the case. Told her to fuck off. Come home. Greg. I need you. Need. Not love. But close. He drove back to Willow Creek at dusk. The apartment dark. He turned. And Raymond was there. Curled on the couch. Much like that post-party night. Greg. They collided. Words tumbling. Raymond's courtroom stand. Lisa's retreat when he bared it all. No more hiding. No more half-loves. You're my forever, he vowed. Scars and all. Gregory kissed him fierce. Prove it. Rebuilding started slow, therapy, joint sessions with a queer counselor in Akron. Unpacking Evelyn's hate, Lisa's claws, their own fears. Pride flags in the window drew stares, but also nods from Hargrove, from Petrovich. November's chill brought Thanksgiving. Evelyn came home, hospice now, but spirits lifted. Gregory hosted, awkward spread with Lila, Marla crashing in full diva, TJ and Raymond debating pie flavors. Evelyn watched Raymond carve the turkey, her eyes misty. Strong hands, she murmured. To Gregory, later, he's keeper. Yeah. He squeezed her shoulder. He is. Winter gripped, but warmth bloomed. Raymond's gig at the bar, original songs. One dedicated to the man who rebuilt me. Gregory front row, chest swelling. But climax loomed. Inevitable. Christmas Eve. Snow blanketing the yard where the party once raged. Evelyn rallied for carols, voice frail but on key. Gifts exchanged, her locket, repaired. Around her neck, a quilt from Marla, stitched with rainbows. Midnight, she pulled Gregory aside. Proud of you. Always was. Just scared. I know. Mom. Forgiveness. Full now. Washed clean. She passed at dawn Christmas Day. Peaceful. Raymond's hand in hers. Gregory's song on her lips. You are my sunshine. Funeral was town affair. Church packed. Pastor droned platitudes. But Gregory spoke true. She loved fierce, even when wrong. Taught me to fight for mine. After, at the graveside, Raymond whispered, You okay? Getting there. Snowflakes danced. Like confetti. Spring unfurled renewal. Willow Creek softened. Rainbow stickers on shop windows. Hargrove's ally pin glinting. Gregory's certification landed him foreman. Raymond's book of queer lit essays got picked up by a small press. Summer solstice. They drove to the lake. Rings bought cheap from a pawn shop. Silver bands etched with unbreakable. Vows exchanged on the pier. Waves witnesses. Marla officiated. Flamboyant as hell. TJ filmed. Teary. No grand gestures. Just them. Hands linked. Sunset gilding. Forever? Raymond asked. Damn right. But life twists. Fall brought news. Lisa, humbled by loss, reached out, apology letter, visitation granted. Raymond forgave, cautious. Past's past. Gregory nodded, but vigilance lingered. Betrayal's scar, faint but there. One crisp October night, bonfire in the yard, anniversary of that first party. Guests gathered. The crew, Lila widowed now but lighter, even Uncle Ted, gruff but present. Stories swirled, laughter healing. As embers died, Gregory and Raymond slipped away, to the pier. Stars wheeled, endless. We made it, Gregory said. Raymond's arm around him. And we'll keep making it, love. Humanistic and hard won. Not fairy tale but real, flawed. Fierce. American as apple pie and backroad anthems. Years folded like accordions. Each pleat a lesson etched deeper. By 2030, Willow Creek had inched forward. The bar hosted monthly queer nights. Hargrove's shop flew a subtle progress flag. And the community college boasted a GSA club Raymond mentored. TJ now president. Voice steady as he quoted Audre Lorde to freshman faces wide with wonder. Gregory and Raymond's life wove tighter. the apartment traded for a fixer-upper on Elm Street, its porch swing creaking under evenings of porch beers and guitar plucks. They adopted a mutt named Whitman, scruffy, loyal, with a bark that scattered squirrels like doubts. Weekends meant lake drives, windows down, Springsteen Eternal on the cassette. Evelyn's absence lingered soft now, a quilt of memories. They'd scattered her ashes by the river, her favorite spot for thinking, as she'd called it. Annual visits, picnic with her recipes, toasts to the woman who'd taught forgiveness through fracture. She'd love this, Raymond would say, watching Gregory chase Whitman through daisies. Betrayal's ghosts visited rarely. Lisa faded to holiday cards, her kids, now teens, texting Raymond memes, thawing the rift. Once, the oldest visited. Awkward dinner, questions about Uncle Greg, ending in a hug that mended something unspoken. But drama stirred in small doses, keeping the blood pumping. 2032, Town Council vote on a pride parade. Backlash brewed, petitions from old guard, pastor thundering from the pulpit. Gregory testified, voice steady. This town's heart is big enough for all of us. Raymond followed, quoting Whitman, I am large, I contain multitudes. They won. Narrow. The parade that June. Floats jury-rigged from pickup trucks. Marla emceeing in a gown of recycled bottles. TJ leading with a choir of kids belting Born This Way. Gregory and Raymond marched hand in hand. Rings glinting. Whitman in a bow tie trotting beside. After, at the block party, Dex, the mechanic who'd become fast friend, clapped Gregory's back. You two started this fire. Nah, Gregory grinned. Just fanned the embers. Romance deepened in quiet revolutions. Anniversaries marked with tattoos. Matching anchors on wrists. Hold fast inked beneath. Vacations to Provincetown, where they danced in tea rooms, bodies loose under salt air. Back home, arguments flared over money, Whitman's vet bills, Raymond's late grading nights but cooled in bed, apologies whispered skin to skin. One humid July, crisis knocked. Raymond collapsed at class, panic attack. Doc said, stress from book tour jitters. His collection, roads less traveled, queer voices from the Rust Belt, hit shelves to quiet acclaim. Gregory rushed to the ER, heart in throat, holding his hand through the beeps. Not leaving you, he vowed, echoing old promises. Recovery meant slowing. Sabbatical, walks with Whitman, Gregory's steady presence like bedrock. You're my north, Raymond murmured one dawn, coffee-scented breath mingling. Humanity's thread pulled through kinships forged. Marla's wedding, to a soft-spoken librarian, saw them as best men, suits ill-fitting but smiles wide. Petrovich's passing brought them to his funeral. Rainbow flag draped on the casket, his stories echoed in toasts. TJ's graduation, valedictorian speech on found families, dedicating to the men who showed me home, tears flowed, pride swelling. Climax revisited in 2035, subtle but seismic. A letter from Evelyn's estate lawyer, forgotten codicil, leaving the old house to Gregory. For redemption, the note read, in her looping script. He drove there alone first, key trembling in the lock. Dust motes danced in sunbeams, ghosts in every corner, her Bible on the side table, Dad's tools in the garage. Raymond joined later, arms wrapping from behind. What now? Sell? Rent? Gregory leaned back. Or, ours. The word bloomed. They moved in that fall. Renovations a labor of love. Walls knocked open. Pride flags in windows. Whitman's bed by the hearth. First Christmas there. Tree strung with her ornaments, mixed with new photos of parades. Book launches. But endings whisper. 2038. Raymond's cough lingered. Doc visits stacking. Diagnosis dropped like a stone. Early lung cancer. Echoes of Evelyn. Gregory's world grade. Treatments a gauntlet, chemo chairs. Radiation burns. They fought tandem. Gregory shaving Raymond's head. Their laughter defiant amid the nausea. Road trips to Cleveland specialists. Hands linked over maps. Not going without you, Raymond rasped. Ice fierce. Remission came fragile. Spring 2040. Lake Pier vow renewal. Just them. Whitman dozing. Waves lapping promises. Still unbreakable? Always. Golden years gilded slow. Willow Creek's parade grew. A staple now. There float the anchor. Vintage truck bedecked in lights. Gregory at the wheel. Raymond shotgun with guitar. Grandkids came via TJ's partner adopting. Chaotic holidays. Tiny hands in theirs. Teaching love's a verb. Old age crept gentle. Aches in joints. Stories retold till threadbare. One November Eve. Snow dusting the yard. They sat on the porch swing. Blanket shared. Raymond's head on Gregory's shoulder. Voice soft. Best life. Gregory kissed his temple. Ours. Raymond slipped away in sleep that winter. Heart quiet at 72. Gregory woke to stillness. Hand reaching for warmth gone. Funeral echoed his own speech for Evelyn. He loved loud. Lived true. Taught me home's not a place. It's a person. Grief hollowed. But filled gradual. Mornings with Whitman, gray-muzzled now. Evenings at the bar gigging Raymond's songs. Marla visited. Her story's a bridge. TJ's kids called him Papa Greg. Chaos a cure. One dawn. Lake Pier. Gregory scattered ashes. Raymond's mixed with lake water. Joining Evelyn's river flow. See you soon, he whispered. Alone but not. He walked home. Swing creaking welcome. Life's arc. Betrayal to belonging. Rejection to redemption. Human. Raw. Romantic, a gay American odyssey. Ending not in fade, but full color. In the yard. Fairy lights still strung. From that first party. Enduring. Gregory flicked them on. Glow warm against the dusk. Laughter echoed. Imagined. Evelyn's brittle. Raymond's deep. His own joining. The end? Not. Just the next chapter.